What's good? What's good? Today, there's some eeriness in the air, y'all. Something feeling off. Something feeling real off today. Something real off today. But today, I'm like really. I'm trying to get my display capture right here. Boop, there it is. And actually, oh yeah, this is much more comfortable. I also kind of want to fix the lighting for my thing real quick, just so I can just make it the white balance out normally. I always seem a little orange when I'm like this. There we go. It's so much better. Ah, perfection. All right, what's good, y'all? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Today is a very, very different kind of day, y'all. Today, if y'all don't know what's going on and you're just kind of wondering what's good with me right now, I'm not playing the game. This is a video, by the way. I got like jungle in the gaming mix, PS1 and 64, Xbox, just ambient, intelligent, liquid. I was like, it's a good background ambience thing because it's not even a visual thing that we're seeing today either. They're doing this via podcast, which in my opinion, there's a lot of things right now. Actually, I want to point out one of the most important. Why does it say I'm offline on the TV app? Usually I have my own stream up on the background, just in case I can see if anything's broken or whatever. Oh, there it is. Okay. Very nice. Okay. Yeah. So the whole situation right now. Hold on. Let me show you. Let me go on Twitter real quick. It's this whole Xbox announcement thing that they're doing right now, and it got me shooketh. This right here. This is the whole point of all of this right now. Yo, John, thank you so much for the 39 months. Thank you. TY. John in the flesh. I like your name. Every time I see it, it gets a little chuckle out of me. Okay, so the reason why I think it's so interesting that this is a podcast is because they don't want to give this a lot of media attention because it's a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be a good thing. It almost feels like when someone in the family died and they gotta call somebody to like let everybody know, like, you know, they died, and now they're trying to let us down easy, and they trying to figure out how to do it. It's not a happy thing. You know what I'm saying? It's giving that same energy. It's giving. So the rumors, what the streets are saying right now, is that Xbox will be stepping out of the hardware game. They will be going kind of like third party, kind of the same thing that happened to the Dreamcast back in the day. Sega used to be in the market, and they don't exist no more. So Xbox might be going a similar route, which is kind of crazy to think about, but also not the most surprising thing in the world. Crazy to think about because it's going to be a huge paradigm shift. I think in general, the entire games industry is going to be experiencing a lot of change in the next bit. So that, I don't know. You're the only one that follows streaming this phone because of Xbox. I don't know about that. It's still an hour before the podcast. I just wanted to talk with y'all and just kind of see your feelings about this, because I don't own an Xbox. I don't own an Xbox. I've never owned an Xbox. I think like my grandfather had an Xbox. He had a OG Xbox, like the big thick black one. And I remember he had a Pirates game on there. I don't know if it was like Pirates of the Caribbean or whatever it was, but I remember he had a specific Pirates game on there. But I remember it was a thing about Xbox sales. I think PlayStation 5s are selling them 2-to-1. That's crazy. Although I don't think Xbox is going anywhere. I think they're just stepping out of the hardware game. I think if they're going to be doing anything more specifically, I think it's going to be trying to indoctrinate our other devices in order to run Game Pass. I feel like that might be the way they go about it. So like Game Pass on like your TV, or Game Pass on your PlayStation or Switch. Mike! Thank you. The most important thing is, does this mean they're gonna finally make games though? Dude, I'm sorry. No, that's not even a joke. Chat, if y'all own an Xbox, let's have a real heart to heart. Like, I have had no need to get one. There has been nothing on there that I'm like, let me hold that on this. especially now that I have a PC. Like, there ain't no way. But we might live in a world where it's only like Nintendo and PlayStation, but that's really all I've been buying for years. That's all I've had for years, you know? Funny enough, I was on a phone call with my friend. It's on his Verizon plan. They gave him a free Xbox. Like his phone plan, like I think a part of resubscribing something, they gave him a free Xbox, and I don't think he's opened it. They're basically giving these shits away. You know what I'm saying? They basically just like giving them away as part of like promo stuff. That's not good. It's crazy. Yo, we've lived through 2 times that Sony has taken a studio out back and shot them in the head, bro. We've seen this happen with Sega, and now we're about to see this happen with Xbox. Or this could be something completely different. They're about to announce the next Xbox. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to make a call on what kind of announcement this is gonna be. You know what I'm talking about? Like it feels different. I don't know. I think, like I said, I think it's just gonna be the indoctrination of Xbox in other ways. So like streaming or Game Pass. I think that's what they're gonna do. In my opinion, at least. That just seems like the most logical thing for them to do. The way I see it. Cause like I don't know. I don't have a need to get the Xbox, but then that leaves a very like. Does that mean that it's only PlayStation going to be in the market like that? Because like Nintendo's there, but Nintendo is kind of doing their own thing. You know what I'm saying? Like they're doing their own thing. Like that's why they never really had an issue. They were never competing in that regard. I'm sorry, I have a runny nose. It's chilly outside. I do have a command for that. Thank you so much, Little Sonic, for pointing out. Hi, Fito. I like your name. That's so funny. Fito. I'm stressed, though. I don't know. It's weird. Xbox was. Let me see. I did go to an Xbox E3 event. That was like the first time I've ever went to one of those big ass E3s where there's like people, you know, in the arena and like, you know, I don't know. This wasn't the one they had. Oh, and then they dropped one of the greatest Kingdom Hearts trailers ever. That came from Xbox. You know what I'm saying? The one that we got where Mickey, you're too late. That was Xbox. You know what I'm talking about? So, I don't know. Xbox also let Banjo Kazooie and Steve pull up to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Not just one, but 2 of their iconic characters. Banjo's not even like Steve is a whole nother tier of character compared to Banjo. You know what I'm saying? Like Banjo was like the niche, like you know, we're doing it for the fans. Like Steve is the most. He definitely should be in that game, like 100%. Like it's crazy that he's there, but it's still like yeah, of course. Steve, it's the most popular. It's the most popular game ever. Sound kind of low. I got you right now. Do? Trying to get my vices proper. Game Hog. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, how's the volume now? I put it up a little bit. Thank you. Take you. Was it Banjo and Nintendo mascot first, or am I bugging? Nintendo, well, Banjo's actually made by Rareware, and that's when you know Nintendo and Rareware were buddy buddy. But then Microsoft bought Rare, so all of their characters ended up turning into Microsoft characters. So that's kind of the whole tea with that. That happened like during the GameCube era, the PS2 era, you know, shit like that. Um, but yeah, they were just like, oh, so any what is it? Perfect Dark, 007, GoldenEye, stuff like that. Like those are Nintendo games technically, but you know. Microsoft got the rights to do whatever they release with them as such. But Rareware used to work on the Donkey Kong games, but Donkey Kong is like a Nintendo character, so they were able to keep that one. But like Rare has not made a Donkey Kong game since either, which is kind of sad. I mean, I don't know. We also got Next Level Games Donkey Kong with Donkey Kong Country Returns and Tropical Freeze, and those games are phenomenal. Some of the greatest 2D platformers to ever touch the earth, truly. So I don't know. Donkey Kong's fine. Can we get a new one? I would love a new 2D Donkey Kong. It's been long enough. I think it's been what 10 years now since Tropical Freeze. What time is not real? 10 years. I gotta fact check that. Don't do this. February 13th, 2014. Literally like 2 days ago. That's crazy. They're doing their, like I say, it's weird. I don't know. I wonder if they're gonna have a visual element, cause like they haven't really decided what they're gonna do with that. I mean, they have. They said they're gonna do something on the YouTube channel, and I guess it's gonna be live. But that's crazy. That's crazy. It's been a long time since we got a new Donkey Kong game. Can we actually? I feel like we're due. I feel like we're definitely due. Donkey Kong, bro. He was in the Mario movie. Luigi got a game. Peach got a game. Give Donkey Kong a new game. Give Donkey Kong a new game. My point with that, anyway. We went off on such a tangent. Like all of my Xbox moments that really stick out to me. I did play a little bit of Halo Infinite, and then I fell off hard. I remember I was really into Halo Infinite when that just came out. I was so into the game, and then I fell off hard. I don't know. I don't think I ever touched the game again after a couple of sessions. I don't know. It's just, we finally hit a point where there's so many shooters out right now, and there are, some of the biggest competition are offering their games up for free now with like live service type joints. We got our Fortnites and our Apex Legends, and we're getting our fix in competitive games in those regards. Even Call of Duty got their hands on it with Warzone. It's just multiplayer shooters right now are a hard sell for consumers because there's one, so many of them. And two, you're like, why am I gonna spend $60 to $70 on this if I can go play this for free, and I can easily get my friends to jump on it for free? It's hard. I'm trying, like shooters in general. I think because there's just so many of them, it became the live service genre. I don't know. It became that industry almost exclusively. I don't know any shooters that are selling for like full price anymore. Or if they are, it's like COD, or like that's it. I don't know. Has Battlefield dropped a new game? What happened to Titanfall? I remember that was a really good one that people liked. That shit is gone. That's another Xbox one that just disappeared. Damn. I had Titanfall on the PlayStation, and that was gas. Yeah. Yeah, no, I haven't, this Fortnite too. That's a whole thing. Like, honestly, there's a whole and now we're gonna be talking about all the gaming politics here, because there's a lot of stuff actually happening in the news. So allegedly, hold on, Nintendo Direct. So apparently there was supposed to be a Direct announcement today, but according to the streets, it was moved because Xbox is doing this event. So so there was gonna be a Direct, but it was moved because Xbox is doing this thing. How true that is, we'll have to wait and see. But if it is, even if it has a hint of truthfulness to it, the most interesting about this is that Nintendo felt that this is so important for Xbox to do that they delayed their own stuff. They were like, all right. Exactly. Nintendo's in that context, it's basically just like, yo, y'all got it. Y'all got the floor. It's not some bull. It's not so whatever they're about to do right now is going to change everything. That's the thing right now. It's like Nintendo knows Xbox is about to kill themselves and just kind of gave them a little salute. Like, y'all be safe, all right? We'll throw our party later. We know today's going to probably be a day of mourning. If, like I said, it's crazy, man. Being an Xbox owner right now is tough, bro. I'm telling you. What they gotta do is now if Xbox is in the games department. Now they got they. It's fine, but you know what this means too? These Bethesda games, we might actually start getting them on PlayStation now for real. I remember that was a whole thing that people were like, oh no, Xbox is gonna make all their Bethesda games exclusive. Give me them shits! They belong to us again! You can't make them Xbox exclusive if Xbox don't exist. Oh, baby. Give me all of that. I know the streets was saying that that new Indiana Jones game was going to be Xbox exclusive for a little while. That's actually, I think, the whole game that broke this whole story. They were like, and then maybe, you know, they were like Halo coming to PlayStation, Gears of War coming. You know how cursed that is? Imagine having a PS5 copy of Halo Infinite in your hand. With the big white banner and Master Chief on the front with PS5. That's one of those things where it feels cursed. It doesn't feel real. It feels like one of those like Mandela effect things, like a multiverse switch or something. Eventually, I feel like someday we'll live in a world where there won't be any exclusives anywhere. Even Nintendo will give up. They're gonna put their shits on PC or whatever. It's just gonna be your screens. I don't think, you know what I'm saying? Like someday, probably for not very, very long time. But the idea, there won't be no console wars. It'll just be games. Just games. Xbox could do something real crazy and start trying to go for Nintendo's bag, and they just like drop like a Switch type joint or like a handheld portable type thing. We're like, whoa, like they're the Xbox version of a Steam Deck. I don't know. I guess the Steam Deck exists. It did. They failed. Oh, Nintendo's the only one who really got their hands on that handheld stuff, man. Oh boy. Y'all remember the Vita? Did any of y'all own a Vita? I never owned a Vita. I barely owned a PSP. My PSP was a rental, essentially. I wonder if they're gonna announce that they're stopping hardware, or they're gonna focus more on the fact that they're like, okay, like Xbox stuff is coming to other platforms. That's gonna be the real thing. I'm like, is that the vibe for this? Oh boy, it's definitely gonna feel weird, man. I mean, I've always been Sony and Nintendo loyal my whole life, but it just, I like knowing that Xbox was there, you know? On top of everything, with all the layoffs and the announcement that PlayStation doesn't have any games for us until like the middle of next year. Things are looking bad, bro. I think AAA games in general, we're about to either see a lot less of them and a lot of AA games more. I feel like, and that's fine, honestly. That's okay. That's okay. There was a time last year we got so many games. We got so many of these big ass games, bro. Like, it was hard to keep up. I didn't play everything that came out last year. I'm totally okay with being in a drought because there's literally 6 billion games right now. And there's still more like coming out on the horizon. I'm just like, oh my god. Like, I'm really interested in getting that Mario vs. Donkey Kong remake because, like, I love the GBA one. I'm definitely picking that up. And tell me you played every good game that came out last year. Tell me you played Baldur's Gate and Spider-Man and what else came out last year? And Zelda. And, like, tell me you played all the big ass games that came out last year. I know I did. Did you play the Resident Evil? No. Did you play all the remakes for Resident Evil? No. How about those ports of those older games? Y'all didn't play nothing. I'm projecting. I haven't played. I played some games. I haven't like there's a whole list. I haven't played Hi-Fi Rush. I haven't played that either. No, that's on the list. That's definitely on the list, though. Is this Klonoa? This looks really cool. I was very much interested in this. I didn't know it was a platformer like this. It's really pretty. This art style is incredible. I really dig it. I've never played Klonoa. I think this is Klonoa. I'm actually not sure. Like I said, this is just background ambient music. I was like, okay, this is gonna be a vibe for now. Yo, do people buy Ubisoft games anymore? I'm gonna keep it a buck. What was the last Ubisoft game y'all bought? Actually, last one I played, I think was Sparks of Hope, and that game was phenomenal. So I can't even say nothing. They really cooked with that one. Also, I also heard Prince of Persia was really good too, and I haven't played that. I want to though. That's on the, it's on the horizons. But I heard nobody bought that game, but I heard it was really good. So that's kind of sad. So I definitely want to look into that. Because I know it's like a 2D traditional Prince of Persia, and we don't really get a lot of cool 2D companies going for their old IPs like that. So honestly, gotta give it a bit more love. I know Klonoa got a remake and such too. Well, this song is funky. I've been going back to the gym this week, and it's my first full week of completion back. I did all 4 days like I wanted to. And I'm so thirsty. I'm so dehydrated. If you drink protein, I don't know, it just makes your mouth so like cottony. I'm just like, ugh. Ooh. So I'm going to be downing a lot of water for this bit. You know, I know there's a lot. And Persona, I still have to go play Persona 3. So I say I'm gonna play all these games, and in reality, all I do is lay in bed and boot up Fortnite. Let me get a game in. By the way, I got a dub yesterday. You know, oh yeah, Final Fantasy's the game though that's just gonna, every other game is gonna have to sit down and shut up for a little bit, okay? You know what I'm saying? Like Final Fantasy's home. You know, Final Fantasy 7 is home. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to give you false hope. Look, I said, don't talk to me about multiverses until spring. As soon as March 20th hits, I'm cyberbullying these people. Where the game at? I want to play. Also, I want to know what y'all did with my money. I put money in that good. I better have every little cosmetic assigned extra for giving y'all back. And then y'all stealing it for several months. Or we gonna have a problem. Okay. Your money became a tax write-off for WWE. That's the shit, man, because I believe it. Oh, they're gonna write off multiverses so they don't gotta pay that shit back. I don't even know what I just want the game back, man. Just have it up. Let people look. I will even buy like a full version. You know what I'm saying? Like a game, like I could just play online with people. That's all I want to do. That's all I want to do. I don't want to be in a world where it's a live service game again, and y'all just gonna cut the shit off in like 6 months. Like, don't do that. Don't bring it back if you're gonna turn it off. Let me buy the shit. Let it be mine. That's it. Please. Anyway, we'll see. We'll see. We shall see. Yeah, I spent so much money on those stupid skins. Those shits were like $10 a skin. Sometimes $20 a skin. That sounds crazy, right? Guess what my ass did? Merry Christmas. Bow! Here's my credit card. Cause I love that game. Cause I love whipping their ass with like a pink colored Christmas type Batman. Hitting it with the Batarang, the bomb, the fair. Bing, 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 bing. Ooh! I can't wait. They better stop playing. They better stop playing. I'm an Adventure Time fan now too, so I'm probably gonna be dipping into those cosmetics as well. Also, new characters. There's definitely gotta be some. This game better do something. I'm gonna be tight, bro. Oh. I just hope they find a way to just fix it. Just not even in just the gameplay way, but just like they have to build up a lot of, you know. I feel cheated. I love the game. The game is fun at its core. I just like playing with people and like combos and shit like that. It's just fire, you know. But what they're gonna do next, we'll just have to wait and see. What character they putting in the game where you're like, all right, they got me. I know if they put one of the JoJo's, I know it's a wrap. I know it's gonna be a wrap. start blasting. Still. What do you think they're gonna say? Sky, what's the most exciting part of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth for you? The Twitter discourse that's gonna take place a week after the game releases. I give it 3 days. I give it 2 days. I'll be honest. That might be one of the most spoiled games in history. I'm gonna keep it a $150 with you. Just, there's one moment in particular that everybody and their mother wants to know about. And that's gonna be the first thing you see people talk about. I just if I've known anything about leak culture, leak history, that's the first thing that's gonna be out there. Which is ass. We live in that world now. I remember when Kingdom Hearts 3 leaked, I saw that you were able to play as Aqua in the Land of Departure, fighting Vanitas. I just saw that screen grab. You know, when the camera turns, I saw that in someone's thumbnail weeks before the game came out. And that broke my heart, because that would have been so cool to experience that blind. That would have been crazy to see that blind. Real heartbreaker. I remember I got there, I was like, this is what got spoiled to me. This would have been really cool. So I say that as a precaution. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is not Final Fantasy VII anymore. It is a brand new thing. So whatever new stuff they're doing, there might be like actual, like real new, big, substantial changes. Did your job ever ask you to cover leaks? No. No. That's actually against their interest as well, because they do. You cover them in a way that you have to point out that they exist, but you can't cover the content itself. You know what I'm talking about? Like, that's usually how. Yeah. Actually, no, I remember. They had the scene. They released the Xigbar Luxu cutscene after the game released. It was like a DLC thing you download, right? Remember that? It was like they patched it in later. But they didn't patch it around the same time, so I had to look up the cutscene on YouTube. And the title of the video is Xigbar is Luxu. And I'm like, yo, you couldn't put Kingdom Hearts 3 secret ending? You couldn't just do that? So I clicked the video, I'm like, oh. Okay. Motherfuckers have no shame, bro. No shame. No shame! But it's the internet. It's like a wild animal, honestly. It's just like understanding that it can shit in the woods and eat the baby, and you can pet it and give it scratchies and maybe use it to sled or hold your cargo. It does whatever it wants. But hey, TV shows are a whole nother monster, because a big part of the conversation around TV shows is, you know, you follow up like, you know, next week, or you theorize, and there's like a whole talk about it. With video games, it's a lot harder to have that gap of time, because it's usually the product is out and done. You know, you're probably discussing the next thing you're probably not going to see for years. You know what I'm saying? With a TV show, you're probably going to find out the answer next week. So it's like that whole yeah, I found out about the Pink Diamond reveal. I forget what I titled that, and I apologize. I'm only human. Yeah, no. I think about that. Like, eventually I do want to make a third channel where I cover, you know, animation stuff again. But I'm trying to figure out how to go about doing that without tackling spoilers. That's going to be tough, because I don't want to do that. Like, I'd rather talk about the content around it than be, you know. But anyway, that's not for a while. Skyred64 just got partnered today. Woo! I just got the email this morning. The channel is officially monetizable, and I can add it everything I need to, which is so nice. We're gonna be making a whole 3 cents this month. But you know what? That's 3 cents more than we made last month. Huzzah! All right. I gotta upload though. I'm cooking. Don't worry, I'm cooking. I just got back home. I'm cooking. It's just good to be back. Try to be with the consistent one for that one. The Jelly, 4 different channels. Technically, I have three that I use. There's Skyward Wing, Skyward 64, and Skyward Live, which is just like the VODs channel. So I don't really even count that. That's just kind of like that does its thing automatically. You know, like it just. So it's more just a space so I can keep all my VOD stuff, which is nice. I'm glad I have that. I wish I had this years ago. I should have definitely had that before in that regard. Because there's so many old playthroughs I wish I could look back on, like my Persona 5 Royal, my The Last of Us 2, basically a lot of the COVID games. I would love to, because we were just unhinged, and I don't have any of those anymore. There's like clips and such, but lost media. But now we save everything, so it's fine. Yeah, no, the Xbox thing still hasn't started. We still got a bit more time. I wonder if they're dropping it like a video. Cause also, what's this Indiana Jones footage feeling like? I think it's cool they're making a game. Like I said, a live podcast. They're just gonna be chatting up. We're gonna see Phil get shot in the chest live on stage. And then Miyamoto's gonna drop out the ceiling and say the Switch is coming to Game. Game Pass is coming to Switch. Oh god. Still. First person melee combat is nauseating. I can feel that. I can definitely see that being like a big. Oh, it's my favorite question to ask because I feel like it's a good one to ask around and such. Chat, what game are y'all playing right now? What are y'all most recent played games? From my experience, like I said, I don't know. I'm in an in-betweener right now. I think I'm just waiting for. I'm not trying to jump into a long game, so I've been playing a lot of Fortnite or Smash Brothers. Like just, I'm going through the spirit boards little by little, kind of running through those, knocking those down. And just leveling up in Fortnite. The season's gonna end eventually. I feel like this season's been going on for 1,000 years. I've been level 100 for 40 years. It feels like. I know I can get to 200, but I'm not playing that much. Are you ever finishing Final Fantasy 16? That's a great question. I need to. Mike, I have your copy of the game right there. I see it. It's literally sitting right there. So if you're trying to play it from the DLC, I can give it back. You know, I see that shit. I need to beat the game myself, bro. Oh my god. Let's see. Yeah. I borrowed my friend's copy just to let y'all know, and I've had this shit for months. I still haven't beat the game. All right. Let's see. I should do a stream. I don't even have that much left. I think I have maybe like 10 hours, maybe 15 hours left of the game, which is not crazy. I should just sit down and do it. It's not a big deal. I'll make it a sub goal. 10 subs right now. I finished in the game today. No. I'm just kidding. I got shit to do. I gotta finish these videos. I cannot be procrastinating them no more. They gotta be made. But I'm also like, from my last VOD, I played a little bit off screen, you know? So it's just like, oh. I could do a marathon stream. I gotta remember, I'm right after beating this dude, Game Hog. Okay, fine. Not today, though. I'll do it, but not today. I can't today. I got stuff to do. I can't do it today. I took it back immediately. But I will do it. I will do a Final Fantasy marathon. I will do it. I will do the 16. I have to find out where I am, and I think I have to reinstall the game and everything, which is not a big deal. So today, I can't do it today. I can't do it today and be here and do it. If you want me to do a marathon, then I don't know how much of the game I have left. I gotta give myself enough time. I can't do it tomorrow either. Y'all want a Sora amiibo video? I gotta do that tomorrow. You got me stressed. You didn't call my bluff. Why would you do that? Now you got me. Okay. Okay. We'll do one day. I'll do one day. Let me see. Let me look at my calendar. I gotta. Let's see. Today I have the Xbox thing, which is what we're doing right now. So that's on there. Tomorrow I'm getting the Sora amiibo. I'm going nice and early to pick up my thing, and I'm gonna do an unboxing video, a little story time, etc. Just talking about the fact that this is the last. Not even just it being Sora, but it's the last Smash amiibo, and that has been a journey that's also been 10 years in the making, and that's kind of crazy. I gotta go through my old hard drives to find footage of me unboxing amiibos from back in the day. So stay tuned. Y'all gonna get a real blast from the past. All right. So I can't do that tomorrow. I'm like looking at my calendar. I'm like, maybe I could move this here and do this in there. No, let me get the. Okay, I gotta do some math. Let me do some math. So tomorrow's 10. I get the thing. I get there early. Get the thing. Come home. Unbox the thing. Unpack the thing. Type write a little essay. Record. Edit. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. We'll do. How do you guys feel about? What are you guys doing on Saturday? What are you guys doing on Saturday? I want to give myself a good amount of time to just like actually sit and beat the game. You know, which is gonna be a minute because, like I said, I think I still have the whole last third of the game on. You're funny though. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. I could go by on Sunday. Was the podcast? We got about 22 minutes left. I wonder, is it when they say live podcast? Are they going live on the? Because they said it's going to be on their YouTube channel. Yeah, no, they haven't. Is it in the live section? No, it's all Xbox from Gamescom stuff. So we still got a bit more time. Are y'all ready for this? I'm like stressed. I don't know. It's a weird feeling. It's definitely a strange one, this event. I don't know. It's giving the death of someone. It's like losing, a distant cousin. That's what it feels like to me. I'm like, oh no. I didn't know you like that, but like I know people who know you like that, and I feel bad for them. That's really that's just oh my god. How do you feel about the update to the demo coming to next week's Final Fantasy Rebirth? I think it's cool. It's kind of crazy how much stuff they're offering in the demo. Like the fact that we got the whole Nibelheim like prologue stuff, not prologue, that whole story there. The demo is really cool. I'm probably gonna play the demo for that as well. So yeah. I'm getting the whole game anyway. It's one of those like, as long as I can carry my stuff over, I'll be alright. I wonder how much from part 2 I'm able to carry over to the full game, which comes out in like 2 weeks. That's crazy, y'all. When does it come out? February 29th, that Thursday? I'm honestly not going to be able to play the game until the next week. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not going to be able to go no life it like I did the first time. Because it's not COVID anymore. I remember your boy was in there ordering Uber Eats. We got Chipotle one day. We'll do that for the 16 stream. I haven't done a nice long game day, and I feel like I should. It's been a minute, you know. Did you pre-order Rebirth? No, I have not pre-ordered a game in years. Actually, I think the last one I pre-ordered was Melody of Memory. That game is almost 4 years old. Do you believe that, y'all? Melody of Memory came out almost 4 years ago. Ooh. Isn't that crazy? Kingdom Hearts Missing Link isn't coming out till summer either, so we got a bit of time. How much is the Sword Amiibo? $15.99. I don't know what happened during the Ultimate era, because I remember they used to be like $12.99, but now it's $15.99. So, This game looks funky. I'm sorry, it just caught my attention. I was looking at this really like just this art style. The PS1 art style is so endearing. Every time I see it like modernized or something or used in a modern way, I'm like, oh, that's so nice. It's just HD, but still polygonal, you know? It still has that... I like that look. Just the polish of it, you know? So this game looks bugged out. Yeah, nah, the Kingdom Hearts Critical Mode patch was... I got a whole video about that coming out, though. Actually, that's the next one. Kingdom Hearts 5 years later. This video's gonna... It looks like it's gonna be a chonker. I also trauma dump a little bit. It's a good one. I finished writing the script yesterday. I'm gonna be recording that today, but then I'm gonna pause for that video because I have to do the Amiibo one tomorrow. So I'm gonna be focusing on to get that out tomorrow. So like I'm going to the Nintendo store nice and early to pick up my thing and just, you know, and then come back and unbox, etc., etc. So yeah, I've been really trying to. You should train the Amiibo and have it play subs. Oh, y'all trying to fight my Amiibo? That'd be fire. I'm gonna put him into the ringer. That Amiibo is gonna be strong. I plan to get 2. If I could get 3, I'll get 3. Because I'll probably do one to give away, one to open, and then one to keep in the box. So, but I don't know if they're gonna let me walk out the store with 3 of them. Maybe I can get away with 2. I hope. Please don't. Oh! I don't know. I didn't try to like pre-order the Amiibo or anything either. I live in New York, so I just go to the Nintendo store anytime I really like want a Nintendo product because they always have it. And I doubt the Sora Amiibo is gonna be any different. So that'd be crazy if I pull up tomorrow and be like, "Yo, I'm here to pick up." They're like, "The what?" And I'm like, "This is your store. Where's the Amiibo?" Oh, by the way, if for some reason I am unable to get a Sora Amiibo tomorrow from the store, which I really, really doubt. I really doubt it. Because you can't pre-order there. You can't pre-order nothing there. There's no pre-ordering. You go there, you get it. That's it. And I love that. Fan. And it's an Amiibo. I don't think it's going to be, you know, the most... I say that, and then... Anyway. I'm going to vlog the whole... I say vlog. I'll do a pseudo type vlog. Anyway, y'all see the video when it comes out, and I will share my whole experience from start to finish tomorrow. Y'all get that video tomorrow because it comes out tomorrow. Gotta be on it. I'm gonna go ahead and fill this up with more water. We've got about 15 more minutes until the Xbox announcement begins. I hope you're ready. All right, we'll be right back. All right, we're back. Hold on, there we go. I was like, wrong scene, wrong scene. We're not playing anything today. No games, no games. Missing Link getting delayed even further to me is so funny. Summer. It's summer. It's coming out in the summer. My sources, just trust me, bro. It's coming out in the summer. But anyway, just mentally, just know that. Just prepare for summer. No spring, summer, and it's fine. It's probably better this way. That way, it's a game that I think they're really pushing for a sense of community and a sense of like getting people to go outside. From what I'm understanding, so it makes sense for them to want to wait for the weather to get warmer. Also, Nomura has said that in like interviews and shit. So we're not seeing it until summer. I think they might skip the beta entirely. I don't know. That's the whole thing. Where I'm just like, oh, maybe like, cause will Android get a beta now though? I feel like they're gonna, or they do a. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. I still think full release in the summer though. And that's fine. Like I said, I mentally clicked for that. Final Fantasy. You know what's about? Oh, chat. We're about to enter a new beautiful era. We're about to enter a new beautiful era of Kingdom Hearts hype. The same thing happened with Kingdom Hearts 3. Final Fantasy's about to come out. You know what happens when a big new Final Fantasy comes out? Especially the big new Final Fantasy? Square Enix stops talking about Final Fantasy. And they start talking about... You know what I'm saying? They switch their gears. There's also Dragon Quest that could also just like be there. I'm hoping we get some new Nier games. I feel like that's for y'all. I like Nier because it gives Square Enix a little bit of variety in their like publishing repertoire. It's not like everything else in there, you know. So, still no. I think it's time. I think it's time. It's because like we got Final Fantasy 16 and Final Fantasy 7. Final Fantasy. We got the new main line and the remake. This is usually the two of the two. Eventually they'll do a Final Fantasy 10 remake. And eventually that's gonna be awesome. In my opinion, that is gonna be sick. And I think they're gonna announce that before they release whatever the third remake is in this compilation. So that's my whole thing. They always said too, and this was a running joke long before Final Fantasy VII Rebirth or remake got announced. One of the big things with that was if Square Enix is out of money, they have the break glass in case of emergency, and on the other side was Final Fantasy VII Remake. Yeah, and it was like, yeah, they were like, we gonna make some money, and they turned it into. I remember hearing, it's so crazy. I remember the first time we heard that Final Fantasy VII Remake was gonna be episodic, and we were pissed. Everybody was mad. Everybody was mad. But now that we kind of get it in that regard and how they're doing it, cool. All right, fine. As long as it's fun, and it has been, and that's really all that matters if we're gonna keep it a buck. So. I'm trying to see where this man is throwing this stream at.
Enter again the sweet forest. Enter the hot dream, come with us. Everything is broken up.
I'm not even following Xbox. I'm such a fraud, bro. You know. I'm telling you, man. I gotta play this new adjective funkiness. I don't know what it's called. Bomb explosion radius. Future Paint Explosion. I don't. What's the name? You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I know the game I'm talking about. I don't remember its name. That's the one. Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. You see, that's basically what I said. I gotta pick that up next too. You know what game I really been to? Ollie Ollie. It's basically like a 2D skating game. It's very much a gas time. Where are they doing this Xbox announcement, Rosif? I'm just like wondering. They had a link for it last time. I wonder if they will this time. This is so nightmare-y. Why is our lives like that? Anyway, here we go. I'm waiting for the thing. Oh yeah, so they were just posted here. Join us for a special edition of the Xbox official podcast. Here from Phil Spencer, Sarah Bond, and Matt Booty as they share the updates on the Xbox business. 3 p.m. Eastern time. That's in 7 minutes. YouTube.com/Xbox. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Sky, you need to play Sea of Stars. It's on the list. It is on the list. Trust me, they're all... There's just so many games. That's partially why, like, you know, I want to stream a lot more, too. Like, I've been... Also... I've been streaming. Yeah, baby. I might not be streaming tomorrow because I said I have this YouTube video to do, but unless I get it done early, I might do an evening one. But I don't know. I just kind of want to see how long I could go, keep the streak going. That's kind of where I'm at right now. That's how I'm treating it. Just 2 hours. I could do that. That's easy. This Xbox thing too, I wanted to see. I was like, this is gonna be something really funky. Really funky. I do worry where this is gonna line up and such, you know. I'm waiting for like to find it. Ooh. Are y'all ready though? Are we ready? The death of Xbox, the live execution. No way. I don't know, man. It's weird. This is such a strange feeling. I don't know. It feels so formal. Like this feels so formal. Please, as we share updates on the Xbox business. It's just gonna be a video of just Phil waving the white flag. Oh my god. This is gonna be bugged out. This is the last 5 minutes we have before everything just changes forever. So like, if you have anything you want to say to Xbox, say it now. Mine would be, where's Banjo-Kazooie? Let them out. Give them a new game. They deserve one. It's been a long time. A good, beautiful 3D platformer. That'd be great. There's not really that many left. Think of all the 3D platformers we got these days that are not like in the indie space. We just lost Crash and Spyro, and we got Mario and Sonic. Like that's like it. Oh boy. Why I feel like they're gonna post it like a video. Oh yeah, they got Cuphead too. The Cuphead's on everything. Thank God. Put everything on everything, okay? Let's live in that world where there's no borders. There's just one world. There's just one game. I'd like to live in that world. It's creepy, man. Usually by something like, you know, they usually have, this is how I know this is not a hype thing at all. It would be a live thing with like a countdown or something. You know what I'm talking about? Like it would be up already. I really just feel like it's either gonna be, they're late, they're live, I don't know. We're gonna be listening very carefully. I feel like we're gonna be sitting in a lecture, so this. I'll keep my commentary to a minimum. Unless he says some really out of pocket shit, man. We shall see. Yeah, it definitely feels like a video. Oh my goodness. This is like the hype of a Kingdom Hearts trailer, but in reverse. It's like, oh, keep refreshing the page, but I'm not really excited for what I might see. You know, it's like, I don't know. Oh my god. Oh boy. There's one thing about this life, is that change is inevitable. It is the most prominent, undefeated part of life. It's always changing. It's always changing. Nothing will ever stay the same. And to see, I don't know. Maybe we put Xbox too early in the body bag. You know, maybe we're doing this a little too early. Maybe it's a little ahead. You know what I'm saying? They drop a Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer right here. That's that's hilarious. That's hilarious. Let's go. Oh my god. Yo, Sega's about to announce they're coming back into the market. Sega's like, you know what? We jumping back in. Dreamcast 2. Just waiting patiently now. That's today, right? February 15th? Yeah. Not me having to double check. Okay. Stressing. We got a minute left. This is it. This is the last minute Xbox fans are alive. Stop. That's not gonna happen. I don't know, man. It's giving... It's over. It's giving the curtain is closing. It's giving their last goodbye. I don't know. I don't know anybody who's looking into this kind of on an optimistic view of... I'm gonna be aggressively on here too, don't worry. Here we go. Yeah, Xbox did start getting a lot of RPGs and games and stuff, but I think it was just a little too late. PlayStation became the home of the RPGs, and it was a wrap from then on. Wow. Xbox 3. Wow. Wow. Okay, where's this thing at? Did they forget? Did they forget to plug it in? Oh, you got a link right here. Boom. Oh, it is a 22-minute video. Okay. Oh shit, 22-minute podcast type joint. All right. Strap in. Press 1 if you're ready. Actually, X is in chat for Xbox. X is in chat for Xbox for the first and last time I'm probably ever gonna ask y'all to do this, because like this is it right here. I don't know. We're gonna see what this is about to be. It'll be fun. All right, ready? Start from the top. Let's do it. Here we go.
Hello and welcome to the official Xbox podcast. I'm your host, Tina Amini, and we have a very special episode today, as you can probably tell by the fact that I'm joined by Phil, Sarah, and Matt. Welcome. And we're going to talk about some updates at Xbox. We want to talk about game exclusivity. We want to talk about Activision Blizzard now that they're part of our portfolio, how that might be an impact on Game Pass. And we want to talk about hardware too and how all of this fits into the strategy at Xbox. So where should we start, Phil?
Well, when we originally had planned for this show, starting back in December, I think we probably would have started with Activision Blizzard, maybe talked a little bit about the exclusivity with some of the news coming up, and then hardware. But we've had some unforeseen news that has come out. So let's just go and tackle the exclusivity question, because I know it's on the minds of a lot of people. We hear from the community, and that's an important input for us. So we made the decision that we're going to take 4 games to the other consoles, just 4 games, not a change to our kind of fundamental exclusive strategy. We're making these decisions for some specific reasons. We make every decision really with the long-term health of Xbox in mind. And long-term health of Xbox means a growing platform, our games performing, building the best platform for creators, reaching as many players as we can. We're always looking to learn as a leadership team and to grow. And we think this is an interesting point in time for us to use what some of the other platforms have right now to help grow our franchises. So we're going to do that.
So these 4 titles, what are they? Can you say?
I'm not going to name those games. The teams that are building those games have announced plans that are not too far away. As we know, game teams put a lot of energy into their announcements with the partners. So I don't want to take anything away from those teams. So I won't be talking about the titles specifically, but I think when they come out, it'll make sense.
Can we say if either of those titles are Starfield or Indiana Jones?
They are not Starfield or Indiana Jones.
Well, what was the criteria in how the team was thinking about selecting those 4 titles?
Let me start a little bit outside of that, and then I'll get to the 4 specific games that we're talking about right now. Because the fundamental decision driver for any decision that we make, anything we're going to talk about today, is the long-term health of Xbox. That we're running a growing platform that is reaching more players, that our games are having as much success as possible. And I do have a fundamental belief that over the next 5 or 10 years, exclusive games that are exclusive to one piece of hardware, are going to be a smaller and smaller part of the game industry. And that's not some great insight, because if you look at the last 10 years,
I agree.
And what the biggest games are today, it's a natural place. Whether it's one console and PC, multiple consoles, mobile console and PC, you see big games landing on multiple platforms. And we want to be a great platform for creators that are trying to realize that potential. But now back to the specifics of the question on these four specific titles. We looked at games that are over a year old, so they've been on Xbox and
Why are they
PC
being so
for
vague?
a while. A couple of the games are community-driven games, new games that kind of first iterations of a franchise that have reached their full potential, I'd say, on Xbox and PC. There's always growth. Franchises that we obviously want to continue to invest in. Part of having the ability to continue to invest is that the businesses behind those franchises continue. We think it's important that these service-based games that have communities behind them, that they can have confidence that they're going to exist in the future. So 2 of them, kind of community-driven games that will end up on other platforms and give us the ability to continue to invest in them. We think that's great for the business and great for the communities, more players to play with. I'd say 2 of the other games are smaller games that were never really meant to be built as kind of platform exclusives and all the fanfare that goes around that, but games that our teams really wanted to go build, that we love supporting creative endeavors across our studios regardless of size. And as they've realized their full potential on Xbox and PC, we see an opportunity to utilize the other platforms as a place to just drive more business value out of those games, allowing us to invest in maybe future iterations of those, so sequels to those, or just other games like that in our portfolio. And when we don't damage Xbox and we can grow our business using what other
Hi-Fi Rush
platforms
covered the
have
PlayStation
to help us with that, we're going to do that. And that's really the story behind these 4 games. And last thing I'll say, looking forward, I think there is an interesting story for us of introducing Xbox franchises to players on other platforms to get them more interested in Xbox. We think there's a good brand value for Xbox there. So 4 games, no promise beyond that. So if you're on those other platforms and you see these 4 games coming, please don't take it as some signal that everything's coming. It's not. And we're going to learn.
So when you are thinking about the future and this concept of live service games, games that can benefit from bigger audiences, new audiences, how does that apply to future titles and how you're applying that criteria there?
Yeah, there's really no fundamental change to how we think about exclusivity. We just came out of Developer Direct, which was an awesome show, where we showed great games that are coming to Xbox and PC and cloud, which really makes them accessible to hundreds of millions of people. So it's this kind of, we're really focused on a couple platforms and what's going to show up there. But our key of play the games you want with the people you want, anywhere you want, when everybody plays, we all win. These have been part of our strategy for years and will continue to be. Our focus is on how do we continue to grow the games industry by reaching more players in more places, and how do we grow Xbox as part of that. Xbox is a hardware platform, Xbox is a publisher of great games, and Xbox as a platform for the world's best creators.
And then knowing
That's
that,
crazy,
how do we
bro.
think about our first-party games and Game Pass?
Yeah, well, to build on what Phil just said, one thing I would add, as you were talking about growth, is just that we've sort of seen this inversion over the last 5 years where it used to be that the platform was the biggest thing.
That's right.
And the games would sort of tuck in within the platform. Today, big games like a Roblox or a Fortnite could actually be bigger than any one platform.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
that really has changed the way that we
They name
think about
dropped me
things. So in the midst of all
Roblox.
that, I think we at First Party can come back to sort of some core principles. First, that all of our games will be on the Xbox platform. Second, all of our games will go into Game Pass on day one. And third, we know that Game Pass will only be available on Xbox. So there's sort of starting points for us. As Phil mentioned, there are games today that you can play that only can be found on Xbox. And at the same time, we want to bring more of our games to more players. So we're going to continue to look at that. Kind of moving aside, though, from some of those and thinking more about what does it really mean for the player, to me, the two key things are cross-play and cross-save. Those things allow us to deliver on the promise of Xbox, which is play with your friends where they are, play on the devices you want, play the games you want. So that is really only possible at a practical level when you know that your saves and your player are going to be able to move across all those parts. So not all of our games today are necessarily built to take advantage of that. There still will be some games that don't. As we bring more teams into the Xbox family, there's some catch up to do as we get there. But that cross-play, cross-save is like so fundamental to what we're doing, and I think is something that we as First Party get such a good benefit from being so close to the platform.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's one of the things, like you said, all of our games are always in Game Pass. And so I'm excited to announce, with the coming together that we had with Activision Blizzard King, that Activision and Blizzard games are coming to Game Pass, starting with Diablo 4 on March 28th, which I'm super, super excited to share today. And it's all part of our commitment to make
What is happening right now?
Xbox, the Xbox experience and the games that we build as widely available as possible. So now the 34 million Game Pass members can all enjoy the fantastic experience of Diablo 4.
Amazing. Can we come back to the point, Phil, you mentioned at the top, this isn't really a change in strategy for us. Can you recap for me how it isn't?
Yeah, and I thought both Matt and Sarah did a really nice job of talking about what we're doing on Xbox, where we're going. If you take a platform feature like Xbox Play Anywhere,
He
which
really
has
hit her
been
with
a
the
promise
as per
that
my
we've
last
made on
email.
our first-party games, that you can buy our game once, you're going to get play across Xbox and Windows. I think we're the only platform that does this. That makes it possible for you not only to play with your friends wherever they are, but to know that you actually have multiple entitlements to the games. I think that's a technology I would love to see applied to more platforms. But it is this view that people are going to play Xbox in multiple places, whether it's play the games you want with the people you want, anywhere you want, whether it's content, community, and cloud, whether it's when everybody plays, we all win. Like, we've had different taglines, different strategy, kind of words that we've used, but always with this view that Xbox is a platform for creators who want to reach the most players. Our investments in xCloud, our investments in franchises like Minecraft and now Call of Duty and other large franchises so that we learn how to build those. This has been a strategy that we've been on for, I'd say, a decade. It's not about one device. It's not about games in service of a device. but rather the devices that people want to play on should be in service of making the games as big and popular as they possibly could be. Because really a healthy creator community on Xbox, a healthy creator community in gaming all up, is the thing that all of us as game players should be voting for, because that's the thing that will lead to the best long-term success and growth in this industry.
And my understanding, just from listening and learning from you three over the past few weeks, just understanding what's happening with Xbox, is that we see trends with player behavior where people are playing on multiple devices. That is the reality. And we have put some games out on multiple platforms before. So my understanding is that that's been good for players. How does that come back to the business with all of that in mind?
Yeah, as you said, we have shipped games on other platforms. In fact, realistically, if you look with the addition of Activision and Blizzard and ZeniMax, we're one of the largest game publishers on PlayStation. We're one of the largest publishers on the Nintendo Switch, especially when you put Minecraft into the equation as well. And now we're one of the largest publishers on mobile platforms as well. And that's not something that we want to back away from. We want to continue to be building great games that millions and millions of people can love. And that they can play those games where they want to go play. But we do understand the business success that Xbox has to have. Us as leaders in this business, the system today, the system that all companies that we play video games from, is a world of you got to be growing your business. Growth in our Xbox business is critical to the long-term health of Xbox. Many people know I've been on Xbox for over 20 years, and I want to make sure Xbox is in the best position for the next 20 years. That means healthy player community, healthy creator community, and healthy business. So when we look at opportunities to allow more people to play, more people engage, more people to buy, more people to subscribe, it's all about putting Xbox in the best position. And our hardware is
Oh my God, it has chapters. The video has
chapters. The absolute
chapters.
best experience somebody has on Xbox is hardware that your team builds and that people play on. But that's not going to be everybody. We fully accepted that we're going to have Xbox players across all kinds of devices.
So I think a lot of people think about 2023 as this incredible year for gaming. And in a lot of ways it was. There was some really amazing releases that I think we all enjoyed. But what were the signals behind the scenes that maybe indicated how we wanted to look at the future of Xbox and how we kind of keep up with the industry?
Yeah, such a good question. And I think it's, as people who care about the industry, which I assume is people who are watching this, it was an amazing year. Some great launches, some of the games that I think will stand the test of time and people will be talking about a decade from now.
And yeah, I didn't release
But it's an industry that didn't really grow. And what happens when an industry doesn't grow? You end up with some job eliminations, which we had. We had even our own hard decisions to make about building a sustainable business for ourselves, but in no way were we alone in that. When you think about a healthy industry, I want players who believe that they will find the best games on the platforms that they love. I want people who invest their careers in working here to feel like this is a place that they can be successful.
They don't. They
And that
don't.
really
People
is
are scared
down
for
to
their
being
lives.
Part of an industry that is growing. If you listen to Lisa Su, the AMD CEO, she'll say that AMD-powered consoles are likely to decline in 2024. I think there's an amazing set of games coming in 2024, but if we don't get to growing as an industry, the industry will struggle. And today there's really two choices on how do you grow the industry. Do you say I have a fixed number of players, the players that we have today, and do I find new ways to monetize those players to get more money from the players that I have? Or do you think about how do I expand the business I have by finding new players and adding those to the base of players that already play? Our focus on Xbox for the last decade has really been on that latter point of how do we make sure Xbox is growing for our players, growing for our creators, so those people are finding success on our platform, which will grow the Xbox business and put Xbox in a position to be very strong for years and decades to come.
Matt, earlier you were talking about these growing gaming communities, how they're incredibly large and comparable on such a different level when we think about console audiences. Like you mentioned Roblox, you mentioned Fortnite. So how are we're obviously thinking about our responsibility, our hardware responsibility is supporting the growth of gaming communities. How has that actually shown up for the players? Are there other games we can speak to from our portfolio?
Well, as Phil mentioned, I mean, two of the biggest ones for us, Call of Duty and Minecraft, I mean, they are driven just from the bottom up by the communities of people that play those games, which is so great. I think Think about it, for the player community, it comes down to where are the friends, where are the people you play with, and then equally important is where have you built up your library of games, right? Where have you invested? Where's that library? I think those two things probably are some of the biggest influences on where people choose to play and what devices they choose to play.
Yeah.
When we think about, on the other side, the developer side, just any game developer wants their game to find the biggest audience possible. That's just the nature of building a game. You want people to enjoy and participate in what you've made. And I think we're in a unique position to deliver on that just because we are the platform. We build hardware, we've got a first-party games group, and then we've got a system that ties that together, that brings together your friends, your progression, your achievements, all of that. And I think that's really what has contributed to the momentum behind some of these communities.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when you look at, just step back and you look at the history of the industry, we've moved from a place where it used to be that someone built and launched a game to accelerate hardware to actually the things we do with our hardware and with our platform are all in service of making those games bigger. And we think about that across all of the investments we make, the consoles we build, the investments we do with things like cross-play, cross-progression, the things that we're doing with cloud. How do we actually give more options to game creators so they can have the greatest success? I think one of the fun recent examples about this is actually Palworld. You know, Palworld was able to launch, they were a game preview, they launched in Game Pass, they also simultaneously launched in Steam. And through the combination of those things, you know, Pocket Pair was able to have this outsized success, and it was the largest third-party Game Pass launch ever. And that's all because we give creators options on how they can launch their games. We've got subscription, we've got retail, we've got free-to-play, we've got game preview, we have the consoles, we have our experience on PC, and they can access all of those things. And when we step back and we just look at the performance of our platform all up, we know it's working. We're at the highest level of users on console, the highest level of users on PC, the highest level of users on cloud ever. We have double-digit growth rate on PC and cloud, places where we're enabling creators to actually reach new players beyond the console ecosystem. And that's why we're leaning into it and doing more, because we see all those signals.
So we're talking about the role that hardware plays for creators, for the games and those communities. What about the role that hardware plays for us as a business, for Xbox?
When we look at our hardware, it really is, and Phil said this earlier, it's where you get like the most flagship seminal experience of Xbox. And it also represents a developer target. Our developers can build the specs of our hardware. And we invest to make sure they know when they do that the games are going to go great on our hardware, but they're also going to be able to be accessed across any screen because of all the other investments we make. So we're giving them an easy way to access as many players as possible. And we actually have more creators right now building for Xbox than ever before by nature, thousands of them by nature of those investments. And we got more to come. There's some exciting stuff coming out in hardware that we're going to share this holiday. And we're also invested in the next generation roadmap. And what we're really focused on there is delivering the largest technical leap we'll have ever seen in a hardware generation, which makes it better for players and better for creators and the visions that they're building.
And then when we're talking about hardware too, there's these other considerations that are really important to our community, probably to each one of ourselves as well. When you talk about library, because I want to dig in on that a little bit more. You know, as we talk about cloud in the wider entertainment industry, there's conversations about streaming. How is that impacting how I own my content that I've invested in? So what can we say about our stance around game preservation?
Yeah, you know, one of the highlights for me of being in this position was getting to stand on stage when we announced back compat coming to Xbox One. It was fantastic. People were reading the teleprompter before I could read it. Slow reader, and just feeling the energy in the auditorium as we were saying that, and online. You know, one of the cues I think us as being part of Microsoft take is looking at Windows and how Windows over decades has maintained software compatibility with things that are built on it. Like I can still go back and play some of the games that I love playing on Windows from decades ago, and it will still run. And we try to bring that same view to consoles. It's harder in console because the line between what the hardware is and what the game is in consoles is traditionally, it's tighter, which makes compatibility, you end up doing these generational compatibilities that we've built. But I will say compatibility the ability to not only play the games, but my saves are still there with our cloud save systems
Yeah.
to try to keep the services up as long as we can so that people can play is a tenet of what we are as Xbox. It's at our foundation. And when we look at future hardware generations and what we're gonna support, making sure that we respect, which is the word I use, respect the investments that people have made in Xbox going forward is fundamental. And the fact that you get entitlements when you buy a game from us on both Windows and Xbox also means you have the ability to play that game across a multitude of devices, which I think furthers the compatibility of the games that you own.
Can we go back to what Xbox stands for today? I think we've pretty much covered all of the elements, but if you could break it down for me.
You know, when you play on Xbox, what we're saying is you're playing on a platform where you know the biggest games in the world are always going to be. You're playing on a platform where you get to access Game Pass.
What about Spider-Man?
And all of the games from our incredible range
God
of
of War.
studios will always launch in Game Pass day one. And you're playing on a platform that's dedicated to you, like player-first features, cross-play, cross-save, cross-progression, backwards compatibility, being able to play your games in your library anywhere you want because of
Bro,
the
y'all
investments
just
that you
gotta
make in
make some
cloud gaming.
games.
And so you're playing somewhere
Like,
where you're investing and you know you
you
get to
just
take
gotta
the games
make
forward
some
with you and across
games.
all of the screens where you are. And I think most importantly, Xbox is a place where you know when you're investing in Xbox, you're investing somewhere that is dedicated to making games more successful and creators more successful so that they can invest more to bring even better experiences to you all of the time.
Yeah, just that investment in the studios is so, and we feel that as part of first party with the platform proximity. You know, it's kind of amazing now to look out across all the studios we've got and just be reminded that we're now one of the biggest development organizations in the industry. What does that mean for players? It means that the biggest games are going to continue to come to Xbox. And this 2024, the year coming up, we've got more than 10 major releases coming up. Great stuff. Hellblade 2, we've got Diablo expansion, we've got Avowed, Ara, the Indiana Jones game, and there's more in development, which I think we're going to be able to share more about at our June showcase coming up pretty soon.
Well, I guess I
June
should get
showcase.
ready to work on that show.
E3's
Well, thank
back,
you all
baby.
for showing up on the podcast today, and we'll see the rest of you this June.
Yeah,
Thanks, Tina.
thank you.
What the hell was that? Like, what the hell was that? Like, I didn't want them to step out the hardware game. But they basically just made a whole presentation said, we're standing on business. We're going to keep going and doing exactly what we're doing. And we're going to put 4 games that we're not going to tell you on other hardware. Wow. They even talked about the next Xbox. They hinted at the next Xbox. Like, are they delusional? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I would have been here a lot more with their chest if they really was just like, we're bringing everything. You could play it on the place, whatever. I don't know. It's just... That was silly. Sorry, this ambulance is going off, and it's probably for Xbox. I'm gonna get an ambulance emote soon. We're gonna get one done. But it just happens so often, bro. What? First off, Phil looks uncomfortable the whole time. Like, if you look at Phil's face, this whole shit. Like, I just cut the music. If you just look at the like, he looks like he is not having a good time. But they stood on nothing. I feel like I heard nothing. I feel like I've been hearing the same, like, we have the best games. We have the this, the that. I feel like I didn't learn nothing. I feel like it was just kind of... And then they hit us with the, the industry's just having layoffs. Everybody's doing them. I want you to know there's going to be hellfire because of that comment. I want you to know, Phil, this is the worst place you could have probably mentioned talking about layoffs. Like, oh, this is probably the worst place you could have done that. I respect it, but you didn't really give. You really said it was like a passing comment. It was like to sustain our industry, bitch. If you don't cut your paycheck in half and sustain these people like you're not fucking Microsoft, shut up, bro. I don't want to hear that nonsense, bro. Y'all could have kept all these people, but the higher ups would have eat so swell that their bottom, no one down there is gonna be. It gets me so mad. People lost their jobs. People who relocated to have passion in the industry. People who want to be artists. People who want to be animators. People who want to do background work. People who want to do environment stuff. People who put their time into building their craft. And this is like the pinnacle of the companies. These are like the companies you try and want to work for because they're the big dogs. And then they spit you out anyway. And then they remind you ain't shit. I'm surprised we haven't hit the pitchforks era. I'm surprised we haven't really brought up the whole. It's really just. It's so like. You got to make sure your people eat. Instead, you cut them off like they were a virus. And then talk about them and as making, the difficult decision to sustain the future of our ecosystem. It wasn't the staff. It was the lack of games. It was you dropping Starfield thinking that shit was going to be flames and didn't even get a Game of the Year nomination, bro. Get out of here. Get out of here. Nah. Anyway. No. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. God, that whole rant. That just... Very weird. Not a fan. We'll see what happens next. I'm going to end here. I just need to go lay down and just look at what Twitter. I'm going to be doom scrolling for a little bit. And I hope they getting cooked. I really, really do. This is really the first... Ooh. I will see y'all... If not tomorrow, because I'm going to be trying to do this Amiibo video, and I think I'm trying to do the whole family thing. But I will try and see if I could stream tomorrow as well. It's just busy day tomorrow. Busy day ahead as well. But thank you all so much for pulling up. I appreciate y'all. I hope you have a good one. Thank you so much. All right. Love y'all. Bye.